Found your fingerprints on it.
My fing... Yeah, I guess maybe you would. I found his thermos lying on the floor of the locker room after they took him away in the ambulance. So I figured it fell out of Willie's locker, so I put it back. Hey! 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 Stop that horse! Stop him! Hold it down! Get that horse! Get him! Get him over here! What's the matter?
Hey, cut it out.
I'll cut your heart out. That's what I'll do. What are you trying to do? Kill that horse? I told you to bring him out here and breeze him, but with a tight hand. What are you trying to do, set that track record?
I took it easy until the home stretch. Willie Marshak told me to always ride by a nose full out when I came to the last quarter.
Oh, told you that, did he? Yeah. Well, I happen to be the trainer. He's just hired help. Now, who you working for, me or...
Oh, you know better than that, Sparks. I'm not working for the bookies.
Oh, that's too bad.
What do you mean?
Well, according to you, you're not working for them, and according to me, you're not working for me anymore. So you better get a job, but not around horses, unless there happens to be an opening at the glue factory.
But Willie Marshak told me...
Look, just get out of the way.
Commissioner, you get the feeling they're all a little bit nutty around here?
Good morning, Angus.
Neat, isn't he?
Come on, let's go see Mendoza.
Mendoza's locker is 412.
Mendoza, you in here? McMillan.
Look, I gotta get rid of 2 pounds and a hangover by this afternoon.
Hard night?
Yeah. I got drunk and I pray that Willie's heart attack won't be fatal.
Why get drunk?
Sober, I don't believe in that stuff. Sober, I'm an atheist.
It's too hot in here. Come on outside. Willie didn't have a heart attack.
Then what?
He was poisoned. He's okay.
Who did it?
That's what we're trying to find out. I understand you were in here yesterday when Willie came in for his thermos.
Yeah, I was looking for my St. Christopher medal. I won't ride without it. It's not a religious thing. It's a habit. Promised my mother. Yeah, it was on the floor next to my locker.
Your locker near Willie's?
Right next to his. Who would do a lousy thing like that to Willie?
Would you have any reason to?
What have you been smoking, Commissioner? Look, Willie is my best friend. He's more than a friend. He's like a brother. Now, you think I'm gonna get drunk and celebrate? No, it was sorrow. Because I thought my best buddy was lost. My sorrow now is that I drank so much.
Commissioner, your wife's on the phone.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's coming now, Sally. Okay, dear. Ciao. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. Hi. Oh, yeah? Well, that's fine. I'll be right over. Sally says Cyrus is feeling much better.
Good.
Angus, why did you say you hadn't phoned Cyrus lately?
What?
The other day when Sally was trying to reach him, you said you hadn't called him lately.
Oh, I hadn't.
But you had. Or at least you tried to. Why'd you lie about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
His number isn't in here. It was, except you found out his phone was disconnected. So you removed his card from your Rolodex, being as meticulous as you are.
Is that a crime?
No. Being neat's not a crime. But attempted murder is.
So I tried calling my own brother. There. I confess. What, no handcuffs?
We think somebody is trying to kill your brother. Jokes and lies aren't going to help him.
Or you, sir.
Okay, I tried calling him. No reason to lie about it. But I'd rather not discuss it. It's a family matter.
Sometimes so is murder. Why did you try to phone him?
We'd had another fight. I suppose I said a few things I shouldn't have. Called him a few names. Oh, he started it, but... Well, I guess I finished it. So I decided I'd call him up and apologize. At our age, fighting's not such a good idea. You can't be that sure you'll ever get a chance to make up.
So you found out his phone was disconnected. Do you have any idea why?
I'm not sure. At the time, I thought it was Si's way of getting me to drive out to apologize in person.
Did you?
My brother's not the only stubborn Scotsman in the world, you know.
I know.
All right, thanks very much for all your information.
What have you found out?
Sir, if money were a motive, we'd have a bumper crop of suspects.
For instance?
For instance, Howard Sparks. A few years ago, he tried to start his own stable. Blew his entire life savings and had to go back to training.
For instance?
For instance, Abel Mendoza. He's been on a losing streak lately. And with a wife, 4 kids, and assorted relatives to support, he's hurting. As for Price, he didn't have 2 nickels to rub together even before Sparks fired him. Which brings us to Angus McPhee.
Money trouble?
Mm-hmm. He's been living too high on too little for too long. His cash is nearly gone, and his credit is strictly...
That it?
Yes, sir, that's just about it. Except for what it's worth. Willie Marshak is also on the list of the ranks.
How can that be? Mendoza's the one with the losing streak. Marshak must be making $100,000 a year.
$112,000 last year, which is roughly what Mrs. Marshak spent at the department stores.
Very expensive tastes.
Even more expensive than the Internal Revenue Service, to whom Willie is in debt to the tune of $44,000. So you see, sir, if money is the motive, I really think we only have one suspect.
What's that?
Angus McPhee. Sir, even without a will, as next of kin, he would inherit the entire estate. Correct, sir?
Sounds correct. Just doesn't feel correct. Oh, that's nice.
Commissioner, you're not in your office.
No, I'm not.
That's right. That's right. I lifted the prints from the transistor radio.
What did you find?
3 sets.
3 sets?
Yes, Cyrus McPhee, Mrs. McMillan, and yours.
I can't believe it. Some people can commit murders other people can't. I just don't believe Angus could kill anyone.
I didn't say Angus was guilty.
But you implied it.
I said he has the most obvious motive.
Well, then the motive just isn't that obvious.
Maybe.
No maybes about it, Mac. Angus is not a killer.
Since when are you so fond of Angus?
I'm not fond of Angus. I'm not fond of Phil Madison either, but that doesn't mean he goes around poisoning lamb chops.
Who is Phil Madison? And why would he go around poisoning lamb chops?
He wouldn't. That's my point. He's our butcher.
Oh, that's a relief. Now that I know our butcher isn't poisoning lamb chops, maybe I can get some sleep, if you'll let me.
Mac, Phil is a terrible butcher, but he's not a killer. It's the same with Angus. He's not the greatest brother, but he's not the type that could go out and commit fratricide. It's not his self-image. He's a lady killer. Not a killer. Well, since we know that Angus didn't do it, who could it be that's trying to kill Uncle Cyrus? And why? Well, it's a sure bet that I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. How about you? You rascal. I thought you were sleeping.
Hello.
Hello, Commissioner. This is the trainer, Howard Sparks, out the track.
Oh, good morning.
I just wanted to tell you that Mr. McPhee phoned me a little while ago. He says he's coming out to the track right away to pick up By-N-O's. He plans to take him back to the ranch with him.
The old fool.
Well, I just wanted you to know what that old coot was up to. He was bragging to me about how he snuck out on a fire escape. You know, I think this old guy is getting senile.
I'll be out there as soon as I can. If Cyrus gets there first, try to stall him.
I will, but there's something that I gotta tell you.
What is it?
Well, it'll hold until you get out here to the track.
I'm on my way. Public nuisance #1 is just busted out.
Uncle Cyrus! Uncle Cyrus! I know you're here. Where are you? Mac! Mac!
Commissioner.
Mac, we didn't know what had happened to you.
Just an early morning workout.
Somebody bashed Sparks over the head.
I know.
Look, I told you it wasn't me. It was like that when I found him.
You always run when you see a man unconscious?
I explained to you. I was afraid.
Are we booking him?
Not yet.
You mean I can go?
Yes, you can go.
We found this in the stall, Commissioner.
Check it for prints.
Mac, what do you think happened to Uncle Cyrus? He should have been here by now.
He's not here yet?
No.
Put out an APB on McPhee and put a tail on Mendoza.
Yes, sir. I want to see if I have an accurate description of Cyrus. 5 foot 10 inches, 170 pounds, blue eyes, sandy hair, 72 years old. Is that right?
I don't think Uncle Cyrus is that tall, do you?
Well,
He's that tall, but not that old.
Uncle Cyrus, where have you been? We've been so worried.
What do you mean, where have I been?
You left the hospital hours ago.
I did?
Where have you been all this time?
Let me tell you something, Commissioner, and you're free to pass it on to your friend the mayor. The bus service in this town is just plain lousy.
You took a bus?
I took several.
Why didn't you take a cab?
Oh,
Well, that was a silly question.
Enright, see if you can get me the names of everybody that was in this area this morning.
Yes, sir.
What happened? I saw an ambulance pulling out. Oh, bad news, huh? Well, you can tell me. So long as I'm prepared for it, I can take it.
Someone bashed Sparks over the head.
We think it might have been Abel Mendoza. He was behaving kind of suspiciously.
Well, he's kind of a nervous fella. You know, thoroughbreds are that way. 1,200 pounds of sheer force, and I've seen them spooked half out of their minds by a 2-ounce mouse. Now,
Oh, Commissioner!
Excuse me, I gotta get going.
Going where?
Well, I'm taking Bio-Nose home with me.
Well, if by home you mean the hospital, then...
I mean the Tam O'Shanter.
No, you're not.
Oh, now, Sally, don't argue with a sick old man. The strain is bad on my heart.
What happened to the guy who could take it? He was here just a minute ago.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get my horse.
Did you ever hear of a mule owning a horse? He's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, well, that's one thing. We just want to be certain he doesn't have anybody to help him along.
You're right.
I'm going to station someone at his ranch.
Oh, you think Uncle Cyrus is gonna put up with that?
No, that's why we're not going to tell him.
Oh.
Commissioner? What I could find out, this is a complete list. Of course, somebody may have snuck in.
Is Angus still here?
I believe so.
We'll talk to him first. I want you to station someone at the Tam O'Shanter. Make sure he keeps out of sight, but to keep Cyrus McPhee under constant surveillance.
Yes, sir.
How are you gonna get Bio-Nose there? On the bus?
Well, I've rented a car and trailer. Now I suppose I'll have to hire a driver.
Oh, I'll drive you.
You can't pull a trailer, Sally.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't. You take him in his car. I'll see that the horse gets there.
I hope you're not one of those crazy hot rodders.
Hot rodders? How old did you say you were?
Smart guy, huh? Now, look, I don't like going faster. Can you keep it under 40?
What does it matter? I've got the most reasonable rates in town.
Well, in that case,
If you take a pill, you'll sleep the whole way.
only if you promise to keep it under 40.
She promises. She promises.
That's some pushy kid you're married to.
I'll see you when I get home.
Okay, drive carefully. Remember, you're transporting the last of the big spenders.
Okay. Come on, Bio-Nose.
Don't waste it, Commissioner. Inhale.
I don't smoke.
You don't know what you're missing.
Tell me, do you make it a rule to come in on Sunday?
No, I don't. I got behind some paperwork and had some catching up to do. I take it that question wasn't asked out of idle curiosity.
No. Howard Sparks was attacked this morning. Can you account for your movements the past hour or so?
I haven't any movements to account for, Commissioner. I've been here in my office since about 7:30. Was Sparks badly injured?
Don't know yet. Sounds we're at the hospital. Was Willie Marshak in here this morning?
I don't think so. That Rolls Royce of his is hard to miss. Excuse me. Hello? Willie. Speak of the devil. The commissioner was just asking about you. Tell me, how are you feeling? Oh, that's good. No, I'm afraid you can't. No, I just heard he was attacked this morning and he's in the hospital. They don't know. Okay, Willie. Ciao. That was Marshak. Wanted to let me know he'd be able to ride next week. You know, Commissioner, it's beginning to look like Bio-Nose as a jinx. First it's his owner, then his jockey, now it's his trainer.
Do you have any idea who might have attacked Sparks?
Well, if I had to guess, my numero uno suspect would be Abel Mendoza.
Why him?
Well, he used to be Cyrus's regular jockey. It was Sparks who first suggested to him that he replace Mendoza with Willie Marshak.
We may want to talk to you later, Angus, so stick around.
Oh, I'm always around, Commissioner.
You are at that.
Uncle Cyrus, did you take your pill yet?
After paying $2 for it, do you think I wouldn't?
Well, then why aren't you asleep?
Because obviously it wasn't worth $2.
We're here.
Huh? Already? Oh, there's nothing like having a nice nap, is there?
Nope, you're right. I could use one myself.
No, I don't understand.
What did they say
I mean,
happened?
there must have been something you could have done.
And you? Are you all right?
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
He slept through the whole thing?
Of course, I'll tell him right away.
All right. It's a little late, but take care. Bye.
Commissioner, that was the hospital. Sparks died in the ambulance. He never even regained consciousness. Is there something the matter with Mrs. McMillan?
Uh-huh. Her car went out of control. Somebody drained the brake fluid. Our killer's game plan has changed. It's no longer murder by indirection.
You know, sir, it seems to me he's under some sort of pressure.
Hmm.
Maybe some kind of time element. Who are we going to arrest?
Who do you suggest?
Well, you could drive a truck through any of their alibis. Angus McPhee claims he was in his office. He can't verify that.
And Mendoza claims he just happened to be on the scene of the murder. Very flimsy alibis.
Yes, sir. Which one is the guilty party? Frankly, I think McPhee's alibi is the weakest.
I don't think either of them is the man we want.
Well, why not?
Because of the weakness of their alibis. I mean, how often can you prove where you've been? Innocent people don't go around establishing foolproof alibis. But I can guarantee you almost that our killer has gone to a lot of trouble to create a foolproof alibi.
Well, I guess you're right.
Let's go see Sykes. Sykes,
Oh, hello, Commissioner.
don't poison yourself.
Oh, that's quite all right. I poured it myself.
What can you tell us about the murder weapon?
Well, sir, murder weapon? It's a hammer. Might as well still be part of a tree. It's clean.
Well, that figures.
It's your ordinary hammer. Nothing unusual about it. Killer could have picked it up anywhere. Would you like some more coffee?
No, thank you. Sykes, what were you saying yesterday about poison being in the thermos?
It's definitely strychnine.
No, you said something about Marshak drinking.
Oh, yeah. I said that if Marshak had been thirstier, he'd never be thirsty again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
You know, Commissioner, I'll tell you something. He's mighty lucky he took only one swig.
Where are you off to, Commissioner?
Check the Marshak's new car.
Check? For what?
Well, with Darlene's arm broken, I'm pretty sure she hasn't driven it. New car has 8, 9, maybe 10 miles on the speedometer. If the new car has more, Willie's going to have an awful lot of explaining to do.
You suspect Willie Marshak? Well, why? Didn't somebody try to poison him?
If you try to poison someone with strychnine, you're going to succeed. It's my hunch Willie took it himself. Just enough so we'd discover it in his system.
You're guessing now, aren't you?
Not entirely. He phoned Angus this morning in his office, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Unless he'd already been to the track and seen Angus in his office, how would he know he was there? Angus never comes in on Sunday. The other day, he was talking to Cyrus. He referred to By-Nose as our horse. And where does he get off telling Price how to exercise our horse, unless he held a proprietary interest?
Sounds good. I think that I should come with you, Commissioner.
No. I want you to check with the post office. Find out if anybody answering Willie's description mailed a package the size of the radio Wednesday afternoon or at the latest Thursday morning.
There are an awful lot of branches.
There's a time element in the ball. Remember, it had to be delivered by Friday morning.
Main branch.
Right. Miles.
What am I supposed to tell you? You tell me that Willie drove my new car. So big deal. He bought it. I guess it's no crime if he wants to drive it.
How could he afford to buy it? He owes the government over 40 grand.
That's the least of it.
Who else does he owe?
Oh, I could bite my tongue.
Later, who else does he owe?
Bookmakers. He dropped a bundle.
Who are they?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me anything. I heard him on the phone last week. He sounded desperate. He was guaranteeing some guy that he'd have the money for him very soon. Now, I don't know where he expected to get it. I offered to sell the car and hock some jewels, but Willie wouldn't let me. Would have bruised his pride. Pride makes him 10 feet tall. In his eyes, anyway, and I guess that's where it counts.
Where's Willie now?
I think he said he was going out to the Tam O'Shanter stables.
Why?
Well, he was going to ask Mr. McPhee if he could have the horse now instead of waiting till the old man dies.
He inherits By-Nose?
Sure. Mr. McPhee knows that Willie loves that horse as much as he does. That's why he wrote him out a paper a couple of weeks ago, stating that if anything happened to him, Willie gets By-Nose. But Willie needs him now.
Sergeant Enright. Enright, put out an APB on Willie Marshak. And meet me at the McPhee Ranch.
That was fine. Thanks, Sally.
You're welcome.
How is by your nose?
I just put him in his stall. Now scoot down. Come on. He's resting comfortably. He's going to be just fine.
Sure he is. I'll bet you didn't fiddle with his pillows.
You're terrible. I should have known better than to get involved with a stubborn Scotsman. After all, I'm already married to one. Now, I'm bringing Mildred out here tomorrow to take proper care of you.
Who's Mildred?
She's our housekeeper.
What does she charge?
What do you care? We pay her.
Well, in that case...
Well, in that case, she's got great legs. You're going to love her.
Well...
Now, I want you to get some rest. God knows you're more trouble than you're worth, but you're so doggone cute.
Yes, I am, aren't I? Sally?
Yes?
Thank you.
For what?
For trying to steal an old man's apples.
Okay, let's go. Book him.
Around the far turn, it's total recall. On the inside in front, by ahead, by a nose, challenging for the lead. On the inside is second. Little Peter is third, followed by Tiger's Ragadina. They're turning into the stretch. It's total recall. In front, by a nose, challenging for the lead. It's total recall. And by a nose is in hand. Total recall and by a nose. As they come down to the line of finish, it's by a nose. Getting up to win it, by a nose, with jockey Abel Mendoza aboard. And the
What are you doing?
Oh, that's not mine. Sykes asked me to bet $2 on Total Recall. This is mine.
You know, I can't help thinking how all of this could have been avoided if only Willie had understood people as well as he understands horses.
How do you mean?
Uncle Cyrus loved Willie. He would have given him the money if he'd only asked. You know, I already told you Uncle Cyrus is only cheap when it comes to himself.
And even that's changed. He's had his phone put back in. And he even plans to remodel that chicken coop he calls home, or so he says.
You're kidding. That must be Mildred's influence.
No doubt. Mildred's very good with other people's money.
We better call Uncle Cyrus and tell him that Bio knows one.
Good idea. And while we're at it, let's test his New Year's resolution.
What do you mean?
Let's try reversing the charges.